Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Grammy and Oscar-winning pop icon Lady Gaga is opening up about a snarky Facebook group her college classmates created to badmouth her behind her back. So I know Gaga wrote on TikTok that it proves you can't give up when people doubt you or put you down. You just got to keep going. Yeah. Right. It begs the question, in your careers, did haters sort of propel you forward?
Ooh, I think yes, to a certain degree. But let me say something there's something about Lady Gaga still talking about this, like a high school group, that makes me sad. And I think it makes me sad because I can see myself doing the same thing. The idea of, Lady Gaga has legions of fans. We know they're fans. They have a name, for crying out loud. But she's still holding on to that group of haters. And I can remember, like, the name of the 20 haters that kind of ruined my life about 5 years ago. And that's depressing to me. Like, what about a few people enjoy me? Thank goodness, but I'm holding... Keep going. To a hole.
But you know what? For all the people that enjoy you, you remember the 20 names.
I remember the 20 names. And I tried to, like that, it should be switched. And I try to live by that motto, living well is the best revenge. But I think the motto ought to be changed to living well, full stop. Leave out the revenge. Yes. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, I love hearing stories. There's actually a lot of famous people who have stories like this. Like, did you know Jay-Z was rejected by countless record companies, he said, and of course he went on to make his own, and he's a billionaire. Harrison Ford was told by a head honcho at a movie studio, quote, "You're never gonna make it in this business, just forget it."
Yeah.
And of course he went on to be Harrison Ford. Meryl Streep was once told she was too ugly for movies. Anyways, there's countless stories like this, and people remember these stories.
Yeah.
I remember these stories. I feel like I've shared it. I had a screenwriter early on. I wanted to be a writer. I knew I wanted to be in film and TV. I didn't know exactly what. She had a hate on for me, and she said I would never amount to anything more than a Harlequin romance writer, which actually wouldn't have been that bad anyway.
Good money.
Good money. But, you know, it was one of those things that stuck with me, and I'm like, I'm going to prove you wrong. And it does.
It does drive you.
It does drive you.
Does it drive you?
See, well, I'm at the opposite end of the equation. I would love to be those people you mentioned who were so resilient, who were like, I heard no, and I went yes.
Yeah.
Instead, I'm really fueled by self-doubt. So, and fueled by the people who believe in me. So I'm always like, I can't do it. I lead with, there's no way I can take on this opportunity. I'm not good enough. And it's the people who say, yes, you are. I want to make them proud.
Oh,
so for me, that's what fuels me.
That's so good. We're so evolved.
Yeah.
It's so positive.
Yeah.
Well, except that I have a lot of self-doubt.
Sure, okay, sure, there's that. Yeah, we
But-
work through that as well, yeah. You know what, I often say that often the people who are doing the most talking are also not doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's two kinds of people in the world. There are the players, and then there are the pundits who are talking about the players. And I have much more respect for people who at least are trying something. They're in the ring. They're getting bloody. They got skin in the game. That should be where the focus is, rather than people who are literally doing nothing and judging your life. And I say that because I have also had people in my career, people in this industry, literally look at my face and say, you will become nameless and faceless. And I will say this, that particularly hits differently, I think, for women. And I wonder how
like
many
from
women...
a woman to a woman?
From a woman to a woman, but maybe from a man to a woman. How many women have abandoned their dreams because someone crushed them? And that makes me very sad. And I will say, as a woman who has heard terrible things in her career, I'm still here, and I'm glad I kept going, but I'm also raising a daughter that hopefully she doesn't have to get to that place of self-loathing to use that as a fuel for achieving her goals. Let's get rid of that stuff and just support one another.
Yeah, believe in the believers.
Come on.
Oh, God, so nice.
Anyway.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.